And I do know that she was in contact with other providers at our program, including Letitia Dukes, while I was on vacation.
And Letitia Dukes is a social worker, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. December 9th, there was another telephone encounter, it's called, right?
Yes.
And yet again, her husband, Pat, was involved with this call, right?
Yes.
So does this put Patrick up to around 4 times, maybe 5 times, that he had been involved either in person with your business or on the telephone or on the telemetry or whatever it is, computer?
I spoke with him on the phone twice. He was in one of our visits on December 6th, and it appears he was in the visit with Letitia as well.
So this would be a Rebecca Jollotta telephone
Yes.
encounter on December 9th, right?
Correct.
And on that occasion, Lindsay, and it says, and her husband called this writer, that'd be you, right?
Correct.
Regarding the plan to taper, correct?
Correct.
And they both agreed that Lindsay's symptoms remain too acute. What does that mean? What's acute mean?
Severe.
Did they say that she's sleeping but waking up? Let me back up. Was he telling you all of this while she sat there? She wasn't saying much in that conversation, was she?
I don't recall who was saying more than the other person.
Do you recall that she indicated that she wanted her husband to be involved to speak for her because she was really decompensating, right? She wasn't self-reporting and self-advocating too well for herself at that point, was she?
I just know she did have her husband on the call, and he did speak on the call.
They indicated that she was waking up with panic symptoms, right?
Correct.
What panic symptoms? What does that mean?
Panic symptoms can be this sudden rush of intense.
That's not what can be. What did she tell you, or what did her husband tell you? Her
Panic symptoms.
What?
Panic symptoms.
What were they?
Panic symptoms are racing heart, intense fear. Those are panic symptoms. Sudden rushes of intense anxiety that seem to come out of nowhere.
Okay. Is that something that you learn in school, or is that in a book? Is it in the DSM, or what? So we all have our own opinion as to what panic symptoms might be, but from a medical standpoint.
Those are what panic symptoms are.
Would you agree that Patrick, in this conversation, also indicated that she was having intrusive thoughts, yet again? Right?
Correct.
What were the intrusive thoughts that she was having when she wakes up with panic symptoms?
I don't recall the specific intrusive thoughts. I recall asking about safety and that she did identify having thoughts of suicide.
Well, Patrick told you that she has thoughts of suicide, right?
Lindsay as well.
Okay, so I'm asking you what you, as an invested healthcare provider, told this woman to advise her what your investigation revealed. If you have a patient tell you, I'm having intrusive thoughts, what were they?
I recall that they were intrusive suicidal thoughts.
And is this a frequent theme that you noted?
I don't know if it was a frequent theme that I noted, but I know that it was documented several times throughout her course of treatment with providers in my program.
So at this point, with all the providers of your program and her indications, as well as her husband's, about the number of times that she had suicidal ideation, did you prescribe more drugs for her?
At this occasion, I prescribed Valium.
You bumped her up to Seroquel to 400 milligrams, didn't you?
Yes.
Did that help? How'd that work out?
At 200 milligrams, she was able to sleep. So I felt that the mixed the manic symptoms in her mixed presentation were alleviated at 200.
So on December 12th, she sent you one of those messages. Thank you, Rebecca. December 12th. She says, for the last 3 nights, I've taken 2.5 milligrams of Valium and 200 of Seroquel. I have to say, I do like the way it makes me sleep deeply and soundly for about 7 or 8 hours. I don't like the way I feel in the morning. You read that to the jury for the DA, right?
Yes.
But then the rest of the sentence is, incredibly depressed and unmotivated to do anything at all. Do you remember her saying that?
Yes.
Now, you'd agree with me that that's one of the observations that you make, or symptomology of a person that's suffering significantly from postpartum anxiety, depression. She's incredibly depressed and unmotivated to do anything, right? What
Correct.
does that mean? What does she mean by that?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
When she says that she's unmotivated and is incredibly depressed, was she able to go shopping? Could she get in the car and drive? Did you know that she stopped driving?
I was not aware of that.
On December 12th, she saw Letitia Dukes. Patients reporting thoughts of SI, suicidal ideation, but no plan. She contacted Crisis over the weekend and will be starting a PHP in Norwell. What does that mean?
Partial hospitalization program?
Okay, and that's because, yet again, she's reporting the suicidal ideation, correct?
Correct.
And there's a difference between suicidal ideation and having thoughts of suicide, right? Under the DSM?